Hello, my name is Georgia Bozoukidou, and this is a presentation focusing on the spatial profile of the city of Thessaloniki. Now, the purpose of this presentation is basically to understand the functional and spatial organization of the city of Thessaloniki, meaning its geographic, social, and economic structure, as well as its evolution over time and the way all these factors affected our case study. Thessaloniki is the second largest city in Greece with more than 1.1 million inhabitants, representing approximately one-tenth of the country's population according to the 2011 census count. It is located in the southern part of Europe and in the northern part of Greece, which makes it very close to the national but also to the EU external borders. According to the National Spatial Planning Framework, Athens and Thessaloniki are two major urban poles that they have national and international significance. Greece is divided in 13 regions. Thessaloniki happens to be the seat of one of these regions, the region of Central Macedonia. Also, Thessaloniki holds half of the region's population. The regional urban system includes 8 other small-sized cities with strong functional linkages to Thessaloniki, meaning that Thessaloniki is a really important urban center for the region of Central Macedonia. According to the European Spatial Observatory Network, Thessaloniki has been classified as a functional urban area of transnational and national significance. Two of the main functions that Thessaloniki is specialized according to this ESPON report is tourism and higher education. The key geomorphological features that affect the physiognomy and climate condition of the study area are as follows. First of all, we have the suburban forest of Thessaloniki. This area is an area with a moderate relief with an altitude ranging from 50 to 450 meters, covered mainly by high vegetation, which is mostly pines. All of water streams that go through the city originate from this area, with their waters being finally drained in the Thermaikos Gulf through two regional modes, meaning man-made streams. It is a valuable ecosystem for the city of Thessaloniki, while at the same time it's also a very vulnerable ecosystem due to climate crisis. The second important feature are the flat plains north and south of the urban center. The one on the north side is of great significance since it is one of the most productive plains nationally due to the irrigation infrastructure. The one on the south is basically providing fresh fruits and vegetables to the city of Thessaloniki. Finally, we have the flat plains of the Delta area, which is a natural reserve area, mainly covered by rice paddies. The last feature is a water feature and is the Thermaikos Gulf, which is a closed, relatively shallow bay with low slopes and depths from 2 to 200 meters maximum, which is basically located in the south side of the Gulf. It is a very important Gulf as a breeding ground for fish nationally and is critical for the also for the northern part of Greece. Furthermore, a lot of important human activities and infrastructure are located in this coastal area of the Thermaikos Gulf. Now, what about the urban environment? It is important to understand that the urban area of Thessaloniki is basically defined by 3 main urban zones. These zones are according to the official master plan of Thessaloniki. Now, what are these planning zones? The first one is the urban agglomeration of Thessaloniki is what you see in this map as the red part. Now the urban agglomeration is actually the dense urban tissue, which has very high buildings, up to 10 stories, and a mixed land use environment, meaning that there are a lot of residential areas, but also retail, commerce, offices, etc. Now, the inner suburban zone, which is the brown color, is a less dense area, and actually in this area someone could locate a big box development like shopping malls, research centers, etc. And finally, we have the outer area, we call it the outer suburban area, which is a mix of agricultural uses, pastures, and some sparse residential development, but also some sparse industrial development. Now, in terms of population patterns, the population size of Thessaloniki, as I mentioned earlier, according to the 2011 census count, is 1.1 inhabitants. Here you can see, it is interesting to see how this population is divided amongst the different urban parts of Thessaloniki. For instance, the urban agglomeration, the really dense part of Thessaloniki, has 800,000 inhabitants, while the inner and outer suburban area has 303,000 inhabitants. Now, furthermore, if we calculate the population ratio of Thessaloniki compact area to the total county, we get some interesting results showing the gradual migration of the population towards the outskirts of the city. This is actually shown also in the maps that we have in this slide, that the out-migration from the dense urban center, as you see here, whatever you see here as red is meaning that this area has a decrease in its population over time, which is actually this population migrated to the outer parts and suburban areas of the city. This outward expansion is depicted also in the built-up areas and the way these areas increased over a 40-year period. Now, this map shows the county of Thessaloniki using three land categories: the dark green being the forested and natural areas, the light green being agricultural and pastoral land, and the grey being the built-up area. At this point, you see the state of the built-up area in 1977. And this is how the three land use categories looked in 2011. It is obvious that there are significant changes in the built-up area, but also in the density of the road network per se. If we would like to summarize the main characteristics of urban development in the city of Thessaloniki for the last 40 years, we could note the following. Since the early 80s, the greater area of Thessaloniki experienced tremendous changes in terms of its urban morphology and functional organization. First of all, we had the construction of new high-speed freeways in conjunction with no investment in public transport. At the same time, we have a rapid expansion and formation of a new city that had no defined boundaries and that didn't have any specific urban centers. Actually, a lot of shopping centers, R&D facilities, meaning research and development facilities, and companies' headquarters relocated themselves from the urban center to the peri-urban area. At this time also, around the 90s, we have a large and significant inflow of immigrants, mostly from Albania, but also from Bulgaria and the former USSR. Also, with the inflow of immigrants, a lot of Greeks moved from the city center to the outskirts of the city to find suburban houses, since also suburban housing became really accessible and affordable for the middle and low income families. Now the table shows that the built-up area density in Thessaloniki in 2011 was 81 persons per hectare, decreasing at an average annual rate of minus 3.4% since 2000. Now the built-up area density in 2000 was 120 persons per hectare, decreasing at an average annual rate of 3.2% since 1990, when the built-up area density was 164 persons per hectare. In terms of the economic activities and the way gross domestic product is distributed amongst the three main economic sectors, we have the primary sector, which includes all the agricultural activities up to 1.7%. We have the secondary sector, which includes all the industrial activities up to 16%. And of course, we have the tertiary sector, which is the sector that has the highest percentage of 83%. Now, the tertiary sector, of course, includes all the service activities, education, retail, commerce, etc. Now, this distribution is also reflected in the employment structure per sector, where for the County of Thessaloniki is for the primary sector 3.5%, for the secondary sector 19%, and for the tertiary sector 77%. This map shows the spatial distribution of certain land uses. In specific, with green color are the natural areas, with yellow color the pastoral and agricultural land, with purple the retail and industrial facilities. The blue dotted areas is depicting the protected areas. Now, if we use this map to describe the distribution of the dominant spatial pattern of the main economic activities, this can be summarized as follows. Industry, wholesale, commerce and transport services are located mainly in the west edge of the city. Retail, commerce and services are located in the historic center as well as outside the dense urban tissue, of course in dispersed location. Actually, in the south part of the city, there is a concentration of the out-of-town centers like malls, for instance, where most of the newly commercial and entertainment facilities are developed over the last 20 years. Many other functions such as education, administration facilities, etc. are also dispersed in this part of the city. Now, a number of important enterprises and other production services, research centers, etc. are also located in the southern areas outside the compact urban center. Tourism is another very important activity for the city of Thessaloniki due to the historical character of its central area. Thessaloniki also functions as an international connection node to the resort areas of Chalkidiki and Pieria, which accept a large number of tourists every year. Finally, agriculture is also an important activity located in the west part of the greater area of Thessaloniki, which belongs to the large basin of central Macedonia. Also, there are some important agricultural areas in the southeast part of the city. Thessaloniki is a transport node. It is connected to two major motorways of the country, which is Pathen, that connects Athens to Thessaloniki and the northern borders, and the Gnatia motorway, which is a transnational motorway. And of course, it is a node of all major national rail lines. The rail station is located in the outer part of the historical center. Rail lines cross part of the western neighborhoods and the west suburbs. Thessaloniki also has a metro under construction, which is an underground rapid transit system, and it is expected to change drastically the public transport system, which is currently based only on a bus system. Regarding the social geography of the city, the area of the historic center is characterized by mixed land uses and a high proportion of residential uses, higher than many other European cities. In the compact area, all the inner zone, meaning the municipality of Thessaloniki, is inhabited by a mix of social classes, whereas the north and northwest municipalities are mostly working class areas, and the south and southeast ones are mostly middle class areas. Similarly, in the western suburbs are mostly working class areas, and at the southeast and north suburbs were developed as middle and high income classes. The outstanding historical heritage from all periods of the city's long history completes its crucial resources. Most monuments are located in the historic center and the inner zone. Very important archaeological sites are also dispersed all over the county of Thessaloniki. For the record, the city of Thessaloniki was founded in 315 BC by Cassander the Macedon. An important metropolis by the Roman period, Thessaloniki was the second largest and wealthiest city of the Byzantine Empire after Constantinople. It was conquered by the Ottomans in 1430 and passed from the Ottoman Empire to Greece in 1912. It is the home of numerous notable Byzantine monuments, UNESCO World Heritage Sites, as well as several Roman, Ottoman, and Sephardic Jewish structures. Now, the main environmental problems of the city are air pollution, traffic congestion, noise, and lack of open spaces within the compact area. At the same time, we cannot disregard the major issues arise due to climate crisis. This is a map showing the land projected to be below the annual flood rate in 2040. If we examine closer these flooded areas, we identify critical urban infrastructure located in these areas like the airport, the railway lines, and other urban factors, as well as critical economic activities such as an industrial park. Finally, this image shows the vulnerability of the coastal areas due to extensive human activities and critical infrastructure that is located in the areas. This map shows an assessment of the coastal erosion in the area of Thessaloniki. Thank you very much for your attention.